An explosive burst forward. The lion strikes with instinct and concentrated power. There is no need for a prolonged chase. Just a single moment of closing in can shift the outcome. Other predators are forced to pull back as the big cat asserts its dominance. When the opportunity appears, is there anything left that can escape the king of the savannah? Even at the top of the food chain, lions still face their most dangerous rivals, their own kind. In every territory, power is not only about controlling prey, but also about the right to continue the lineage. And to gain that, roaming males are forced to challenge the current ruler. A confrontation begins with no room for compromise. Two individuals, each weighing hundreds of pounds, collide with full force and determination in every movement. There is no complex strategy, only endurance and repeated attempts to overpower the opponent. The struggle can last until one gradually loses strength and is forced to withdraw, leaving behind the territory and the pride to the victor. But the transfer of power does not end there. When a new male takes over a pride, the pressure of survival shifts to the next generation. The cubs of the previous ruler become an obstacle to a new reproductive cycle. As a result, the new male seeks to remove that obstacle. Faced with this threat, the lionesses do not remain passive. They come together, ready to resist, not to claim power, but to protect the chance of survival for their cubs. In the world of lions, power always comes at a cost. These confrontations are not just about territory. They are part of nature's harsh system, where only the most well-adapted individuals can carry the story of the species forward. Across the endless grasslands of Africa, wildebeest are not easy targets. With their sharp, curved horns and powerful hind kicks, they are well equipped to defend themselves. But against lions, every advantage only matters when used at the right moment. Lions do not charge into the herd. They remain patient at the edges, waiting for an individual that becomes distracted and gradually separates from the group. And when the opportunity appears, the burst of speed happens almost instantly. From a short distance, the lion channels all its strength into the approach. It lunges forward, secures its target, and uses its body weight to throw the animal off balance. The prey turns to resist, its horns sweeping sideways in a final effort. But the momentum has already shifted. After only a few seconds of struggle, the prey collapses, and the chase comes to an end. In nature's cycle, this is a balance that cannot be separated. Between predator and prey, it is not only a confrontation, but also a quiet connection that keeps the ecosystem in motion. Under the scorching sun of the African savanna, a lion is forced to cross a deep stretch of water to reach new ground, where herds are on the move. But beneath the murky surface, a crocodile is already waiting. As the lion steps into the water, an encounter becomes almost unavoidable. The moment it enters, the crocodile surges forward, attempting to seize the advantage and pull the lion into deeper water, where it holds control. But in the turbulent current, the lion struggles continuously, breaking free from the grip and using the brief opening to push back toward the shore. As the encounter shifts onto land, the balance changes again. The crocodile is forced out of the water to continue the approach. But on land, it loses agility and begins to withdraw under pressure from the lion. For a younger crocodile, moving too far from the water is even more risky. One decisive move from the lion could end the encounter. In nature, there is no absolute ruler, only those who command the terrain at the right moment. Dawn breaks over the Serengeti Plains. African wild dogs, each weighing around 70 pounds, rely on speed and coordination to hunt. But when a lion appears, the situation changes instantly. With a body exceeding 400 pounds, the lion does not need a long chase, only a precise approach. A lone lion uses the cover of brush to get closer. Once within range, it bursts forward. The chase lasts only a few seconds, but it is enough to break the formation. Alarm calls erupt, but it is already too late. One individual is separated from the group, while the rest retreat to stay safe. But the advantage does not always belong to the lion. When the situation shifts, the wild dogs avoid direct confrontation. They move in and pull back quickly, applying pressure from multiple directions. Their calls intensify, forcing the lion to keep turning. There is no decisive strike, only sustained pressure until the opponent begins to tire. This conflict is not limited to hunting. When competing over food, the difference in strength becomes even more evident. Despite their efficiency, wild dogs often give up their hard-earned meal when a lion arrives. They move away, keep a safe distance, and accept the loss to preserve the group. On the open plains, there is no absolute victory. Strength allows the lion to dominate in the moment, but coordination is what determines long-term survival. In Africa, hyenas are not just scavengers, they are direct rivals of lions. With their numbers and boldness, they often take the initiative to overwhelm, even daring to challenge for access to the food source. But when true power steps in, the balance can shift in just a matter of seconds. A group of lionesses is making use of the results of a recent hunt, but the calm does not last long. From the edge of the savanna, hyenas appear, forming a loose arc and applying constant pressure. The encounter quickly turns into a tense standoff. The hyenas move in and pull back, while the lionesses hold their ground with low growls. Pressure builds from multiple directions, but there is no direct clash, only continuous harassment. As their numbers grow, the balance begins to shift, and the lionesses risk losing their meal. But the situation does not end there. An adult male lion steps in. Without warning, he charges straight into the center, breaking the formation. Within seconds, the hyenas scatter. Control of the carcass quickly shifts to the male lion. In another part of the savanna, when a mother hyena and her cub are spotted alone, the situation changes instantly. The lion moves in with a decisive approach, focusing on the cub. The mother is forced to retreat to preserve her own survival, a response driven purely by instinct. Across the vast savanna, no one holds the advantage at all times. Numbers can create pressure, But in a single moment, strength can reshape the entire outcome. In the heart of the dry savanna, a rhinoceros appears like a living tank, its body weighing over 5,000 pounds, its thick skin like armor, and its horn always pointed toward danger. Under normal conditions, few would dare to challenge it. But when the dry season stretches on and food becomes scarce, risky choices begin to emerge. A group of lions watches from a distance. They do not target the adult, but focus on the calf instead. Every step of the approach is carefully measured, seeking to create distance between mother and young, the only moment that can offer an opportunity. The gap narrows. Then the decisive moment arrives without warning. Two lions rush toward the calf, attempting to bring it down before the mother can react. But instantly, the mother senses the threat. She charges forward with surprising speed, forcing the lions to release their hold and pull back. Each step feels like it drives the ground ahead. The distance closes again and again, breaking the rhythm of the attack. With no safe angle left, the advantage begins to slip away from the hunters. The mother holds her ground, standing in front of her calf like an unbreakable wall. On this harsh land, the outcome is not always decided by the hunter. Sometimes the instinct to protect is the force that brings every attack to a halt. Across the vast open grasslands of Africa, herds of hundreds of zebras graze in quiet rhythm. Their black and white stripes blend together into a collective illusion, making it difficult to single out a target. Strong muscles, quick reflexes, and sharp vision help them maintain distance from danger. But no system is ever perfect. At the edge of the herd, a lioness waits patiently, concealed within the low grass. She does not rush. She may wait for hours, just for a single moment when the distance begins to open. When one individual drifts away from the group, the opportunity appears instantly. The burst of speed explodes like a tightly coiled spring released. The gap closes in an instant. The prey loses balance, and the chase ends quickly. The rest of the herd continues moving, like a current that never stops. But not every hunt ends this way. In another area, a lion has already overpowered and secured a zebra. Then something unexpected happens. From behind, an adult turns back and rushes in to assist, forcing the lion to lose focus. The captured animal regains its footing. A powerful kick causes the hunter to hesitate, and both zebras surge forward, rapidly widening the distance, leaving behind a lost opportunity. In the wild, sometimes a single moment is enough to completely change the outcome. Across the open plains, every hunt is just one part of the cycle of survival. Lions impose pressure through sheer strength. One precise approach can be enough to change the outcome. But even with that advantage, success is never guaranteed. Prey is always searching for a chance to escape, while rivals may be watching quietly from behind. If you want to keep exploring encounters like this, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss the next moments of survival.